atomic, atomic nucleus of our civilization to, to progress to the, in all the field the human beings develop his mind, because from our mind everything come to us. When I start to learn Vedic psychology, immediately my tendency was to compare with maybe we call Western psychology. One of the curious things for me was the definition of human being. And this definition of human being always coming was linked with mind. Vedic psychology use, like I say in the first class, Sanskrit terminology. Like in Western psychology we use Latin or Greek psychology terminology. The word for human being is manusya, manusya. And for man, manava, manava. And manava means who have manas, means mind, for thinking, means vada, develop a conception, a theory about the existence, because human beings think in the reality they are around him. If he don't think, because he's very less prepared than other living beings for survive, he don't survive. For that, for us, there are no option than to use our mind for know our environment and also know ourselves in this environment. Because to think in us, only in us, without the environment, maybe we don't get time because we don't survive. To think need one space. This space make our human nature special and different from other living beings. The mostly of the time of them, they waste and eat, reproduce, sleep, rest, means survive with a little enjoyment. But the human being need this space for live and always ask to himself what happened with him and what happened around him, why he is less in the body, he don't have the flexibility or the speed of other animals, and why he have needs the other animals they don't have. For that, also a human being need to know themselves among themselves for make one affective relations, because the dispute and the competition among the humans, we call war, they are completely from the beginning of his existence. Always we have the dream of a perfect peace, but in our history we never see these things. For that, if we don't think, and we don't know how to think, and we don't know if we don't know what tools we need for thinking, we don't get success in our life. Not to be engineer. This is a sophisticated goal of nowadays. We don't get success, again, I say, in survive. Maybe now we suffer from depression because we don't get the things we want. This is because our stomach is full and we have a refuge, we have a home, nice warm home. But we need to know, in a very sophisticated thinking, why we are not happy. Because to be happy is a conception and a problem and conflict only for humans. And also, according to our civilization in nowadays, we are forced to be happy. If we are not happy, we are less than others. And this competition to be happy is not only our competitors, they are ourselves, they are others. For that is a huge running to be more happy than others, because we suffer from this defect in our mind, like jealousy, envy, and all these sophisticated, again, emotions invade our mind. Really, is this conflict of to be happy is a problem for us? It's a secondary problem? Or is it our main conflict? You.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not, she is your teacher. I'm only a guest here. Try to think in the Arabia, in the middle of you and me, with a simple talk. If you don't, you want to be psychologist?
Yes.
If you don't get good qualifications, maybe you are not happy. No. If you don't get the money for the next payment, maybe you are not happy. But if when you come back to home, if the atmosphere you get is not enough, quiet, in harmony, maybe it's not possible to study, and you lose the happiness. If you think all the different world we have conclude in the desire of to be happy, and in the middle of this is, we say, enjoy. We get enjoyments. And enjoyments is a very important part of our human reality, because we made this civilization for enjoyment. Everything is for help us, for work more easy, not only for survive, is for sophisticated enjoyments. And also religion, conception is for to be happy, because it's a terrible thing to think in that time. We want to be immortal. Maybe not possible with this body. Maybe for your generation, the medicine creates some medicines special for to be immortal, but in my generation, sure no. For that, my only hope, my only option is to be immortal out of the body. This is an interesting question. En inglés siempre el siguiente.
¿Sabes? ¿Sabes?
No, tú léelo en inglés, yo aquí lo tengo en español.
Vale.
Léelo.
Psychology. Manovigyana. The conscious mind. Thinking. Mentality, way of thinking. Without mind. Without thought. Mentally ill. Associated with thought, seeking reality. Plato-Christian religion, power of the soul. Incorporated, immaterial entity, supposed seat on the imagination, consciousness, reflection, intuition, will.
Well,
Reflective study.
it's okay. Manovigyana is psychology in Sanskrit. Vijnana, it means reflective study. Because to know and to think in what thing we want to know is the power of the mind. Our mind, to think, to create a dimension of the things that are around us in the world. Manas, mind in Sanskrit, mean conscious mind. There are different names for mind, depend of which part of the mind we want to know or to use. But when we think in the mind for to be conscious and to think, we say manas. This is the reason psychology is manovigyana. It's the study of how to be conscious with our real or more real nature. Because we are manavas, we are male, we are manusyas, we are human, we have mind. For that, we need to think and to be consciousness of our reality. The mind, I try to play with the word. Like the other day, we try to get some approach to the knowledge we want to share through the etymology. Mentality, when we say mentality, is the way of thinking. The way we think in us, in a conflict, in others, in the relations we have with others, make our mentality, mean develop the power of our mind. If the way of thinking is not right, is not good, is not healthy, we create a very toxic mind. For that, our view of the life and the view of ourselves in the life, in the relation of others, also become corrupted, become toxic. For that, always we live, if we don't learn how to purify our mind for toxic thoughts, toxic informations, toxic habits, because all of these things were managed from the mind, and with the mind, we make our life miserable. For that, don't try to put your hopes in people's, to change persons that are around you, for to be happy. Happy means be quiet, peace, relax, comfortable. Don't try to change others. Maybe you listen this now, but after when you close this door, I'm sure you forget. And you try to convince others of to be like you need, or like you want, like you think. If you invest your energy, you lose your time, and time is life. Don't try to change others. Try to change the reception of the information that you get from others, from the world, because this information, this vijnana, make your emotions. An emotion is the energy of your mind. Like you think in your body, one kind of energy, we say vitality, to feel alive. To be vital means vida in Spanish, vita in Latin. Vitality is to feel life inside you, to have energy of life. No? The energy of the life in the mind is emotion. Sometimes it's these emotions, this mind energy is disturbed and blocked from the body. Because if the body is not vital, don't breathe well, like we say the other day, who is the main food of us, is like we say, to breathe is the link or the bridge between body and mind. And remember, our mind have really one decided home, is our body. Not the home is waiting us at 7 o'clock. Always we go, we move with our home, like a roulotte. No? For that, we need to have also the need to purify our body, to have a clean body. For that, we need to think. Again, think. Which is the more appropriate food, appropriate drink. To drink palinka here now is not, maybe it's nice, but not convenient. What food contaminated our mind? Maybe we like it because our emotions is maybe corrupted or not well when we want to eat this kind of food are tasting our tongue, but it's very bad in the general reality of our body and after affected our way of thinking. But because, like I said the other day, we study the more important science of the humanity among the times is psychology. We study how to manage our mind through our senses and emotions. Other people study the atoms. Other people maybe study the worms and butterflies. Other people study bikes and technology. But they don't know themselves. But they don't get success in to be happy. Maybe they survive with his work, with his partner in home. Survive. Surviving, not good morning, darling. Maybe they try to forget to kill his mind because they don't know how to clean his mind. Maybe they know how to clean his table, but they don't know how to clean his mind. How to say stop to think, stop to this memory who controlled me and affected me and created terrible emotions. Don't allow me to be happy. To be happy maybe means sleep, eat. Don't have these tigers in my stomach after this not well party with emotions, my emotions. For that, it's very important we positivize our studies in the university because this is a very great opportunity to learn how to learn about yourself. To learn how to learn about yourself. Don't try to know yourself here in the rooms, in the aulas, or in the university. The real university is in the life. Here, this is a small break, like a warriors. They learn how to fight, but if they are not in full compact, they don't know if they are warriors or they are cows. Do they move and escape? For that, is a very important and beautiful opportunity to have conflicts and problems. Don't try to escape from conflicts and problems. Don't mean you want to find problems and conflict. Don't try to escape. Try to learn about yourself in problems and in conflicts. Because if you want to escape, immediately you start to distortionate the reality. Start to suffer from fantasies. Maybe a nice war, nice city, nice job, nice persons. And after half an hour, you realize always the world is the same. It's a small gap of peaceful, maybe. Conflicts come again. For that, it's important to prepare yourself. This is a mindfulness. Mindfulness objectives and purpose. They are in this yoga are part of important traditions of Asia, like Vedic means Hinduism, Buddhism, or Jainism. For these religions mean way of living. They are not enough to have a belief in one reality come after that. The problem is we are now here. Now we are here. For that, how not only we survive, how we enjoy the life. But the question is, what is enjoy? For these traditions of thinkers, enjoyment means have enough space in your mind for get more power in the mind for thinking, for contemplate. If you kill your mind with some fake enjoyments, like I said the other day, if we want to enjoy the wine, it's very important. We never be a drunkard. We need consciousness. Consciousness. Consciousness means enjoyment. If I am not in consciousness, I don't enjoy. If I am not in consciousness, I don't try to survive sufferings, conflicts. For that, I need to know what is the process of to be conscious. Again come the tools of the mind, its senses. The senses are the windows at the doors. The mind contemplate the world. And remember, we say in the last class, world in philosophy is our cognitive perception of ourself in the existence. Means to know how the subject, means the me and others, they are. This is my world. For that, I need to manage my senses. But what happened with my senses? One side of the senses are in the body. For example, the eye, the globe. Another is in my mind, because the vision is not in my world. But if I, again I say, don't purify my body, if I take drugs, in one moment my eye is affected. For that I don't see well. For that my mind starts to confuse the reality. And when my memory start to think, because without memory it's not possible to think. Alzheimer people have this problem. No memory. Also the body don't have. The body don't know how to use basic functions. Because we live always in the reflection of the world, means we live in the past. Our present conception is not only philosophical question, no? When I see this bottle, it's a gap of time, a lapsus of time, the bottle is changed. But I start to think in the bottle, in one idea, one imagination, one image. They are built in my mind. For that, we create our ghost. We create our demons. This is called negativity. And negativity is the more practical illness of the mind. To survive our negativity, we need to victimize ourselves. We need to declare to the world, I am a victim. And we need to find one guilty one. You are the guilty. It's very difficult, in fact, to declare ourselves the guilty if we want to survive. If we don't support our guilty consciousness, maybe we suicide. We do suicide. This is the reason we need to make the war and have irony, violence, anger against others. Because we need to find always the guilty one of our circumstances. There one book. This book is titled The Book of Yoga and Book of Highest Philosophy in the Vedic tradition, who say in one chapter, that 18th chapter, the chapter of the contemplation of the consciousness. This in consciousness have also many names in Sanskrit, many words. One is Atma. Atma. Atma means my yes, my affirmation. In Spanish, mi sí. Mi sí means how I know myself, vinculated with. In this book in this chapter say, if you think you are the body, you are the body. And you suffer all the circumstances and trouble of the body. You watch yourself in the mirror, you say, oh, I lose my beauty. You are the body. Oh, what happened here? You are the body. Oh, maybe I die. You are the body. If you think you are the mind, happening the same with the body. How is your body, your mind today? Stuffed, tough, blocked, terrible clothes, thunders. You are the mind. Always you are captured. For this consciousness you vinculated. You are trapped. For the Atma means for this thing you affirmate yourself. I want. It's like you say, I am. I love you means I am. Because without to get success in your love, I don't feel myself. I lose myself. This is the reason when we don't attain the thing we want, we feel like dead. We die. Dementia means when we lose our mind. There is in Spanish, sorry. Demente, dementia, means we lose our mind, without mind. For that, when we lose our mind, we have suffered from mentally ills. What do you mean mentally ills? For us, it's not possible to relationate it with a life, means with others. And also, we are a very dangerous person for us, not only for others. It's necessary to think how many dangerous enemies want to destroy our mind. If we read mindfulness, immediately we start to be alert, completely alert, not for the problems they come from abroad, from outside. We start always to focalize in ourselves, because like a fighter, again we say a fighter, because a life is a fight. It's a fight. We need to have enough calm in our mind for resolve the conflicts. If we start to do this, and we are in danger, when we start to beaten the doors, fast, fast, when we start to elevate the voice, this is the way to resolve the conflicts. No. Maybe we incentivize emotions of others to do the same. No, it's not the way to resolve a conflict. It's the way to fight with others. For that, Samasyatma Vinashyati means if you lose your calm, your serenity, you lose yourself. For that, it's necessary to be a master of our mind. For to be a master of the mind, don't try to be the master of others. No. Try to be the master of yourself. Don't try to conquest others. In one of these Vedic books, say, it's more easy to control 1,000 of madness elephant. It's more easy to control all the winds. More easy to control all the universes than control our mind. For that, why we are in this stupid adventure of to find the happiness outside. This iPhone give me a small happiness. This is iPhone X. Now is XS. May lose my happiness. Santosha, Sant Isha, Santosha in Sanskrit, is a nice word. It's the conception of happiness in yoga. For that, in mindfulness. Santa Isha. Santa means to be in shanti, in peace. Not only inside you. Also try to share peace to others. From your radiation, from your vibrations, from your mental energy. Create an atmosphere of happiness. Not with this! Maybe it's nice for stupid therapies to discharge my tension. Take this and I feel more well now. Means you lose your capacity with each of these. The capacity to recover the control of yourself is like a drug. See? Morphine. All drugs. Now is nobody used to morphine. Little space, little break. It's the pain. But I need more. And every time I start to use. I'm addicted to conflicts. We are addicted to conflicts. It's a paradox. We say we don't want conflicts, but we are addicted to conflicts. If you say to one person, you have inner violence, you are addicted to conflict, they say, no! Don't say me this. Don't criticize myself. Oh my God. You need to suffer the tension of this person because this person have maybe a license to be violent against you, but if you want to survive in this relationship, not possible to answer with the same coin to them. Avoid toxic persons. Don't try to find peace in toxic persons. But be more intelligent. Don't try to find in anything. This is Santosha. Be the master. Santosha means Isha, the controller, the Lord of your inner peace. Peace will never depend of animals, objects, or persons. For that, try to link it with objects. animals, persons, and your body too, and your thought too, with this philosophical thought. Don't depend, don't put your peace, like you don't put your money in the hands of others, or your knowledge in the books or in the computers. Try to get enough self-control for enjoy the life, not for restraints and ¿cómo se dice? Reprimir.
Repress.
¿Cómo?
Repress.
Repress yourself. Control, self-control not mean to repress yourself. You need to control. I'm coming today with my motorcycle. If I don't control my motorcycle, I don't enjoy the motorcycle. I don't feel repressed. No, I'm happy because I know the motorcycle is in this way, in this position too, no? It is it, no? It's necessary to find a time for eat, a time for sleep, time for digest, time for talk, time. But if we are with the WhatsApp always, when we eat, when we go to the toilet, when we are making sex, when we are in thinking continuously, we don't sleep, we don't eat properly. Maybe we eat, means we put food in our mouth, but not in this harmony way. No? Every cells, each cells of ourselves, eat the food in his nice way. For that we need to organize our time, our manners, our way of living. For that it's necessary to be the master. Maybe in the difficult circumstances, to be the master of our time, of our actions. This is the reason we need to, like we said the other day, evacuate all negativity, thoughts, etc. Don't try to find the peace in the bed. You need to go with peaceful mind to the bed. Understand? This is important. For that, I recommended one special practice. They are in mindfulness. Yeah, mindfulness use it for therapy, of course. Is to know how to put your mind in peace. For to put your mind in peace, you need to forget the world. And also yourself in the world. Because if you don't know how to be free from action, listen, to be free from the action, and you suffer from activism, for stress, you don't know how to sit and contemplate. Try to learn this word, contemplation. Contemplation is to think, to watch, but not to be involved in the action. Maybe in this modern society of consumerism, say, you need to act. No? And rest means to change the act. We can come and we do a lot of programs. Many things to do in the weekend. Because for us it's impossible to be in rest, to be quiet. You know what is this? Uncomfortable. Soul. And soul, for the Greeks, was synonymous of mind. Don't have quiet spirit, quiet soul, means to live in hell. In hell. For that the heaven and the hell don't try to find after the body die. It's here. and you invite to this hell others too. If you don't want to live in the heaven, and heaven need this connection. This is the reason, no? We get the heaven according to the Semitic religion. We go to the heaven. We disconnected our life in the earth, no? For that, for to be in peace, we need to disconnect our mind from action. But our mind is like that. It's a monkey, no? Not possible to feel stopped. If we try to stop, many persons, this is a real Calvary. It's a real punishment. We need to move, to touch, to open the eye. Feel bad because a big confrontation with them. Always they try to forget themselves. They need to live in others. Remember the Facebook of the other day? What's your opinion of this? Why you watch me in this way? Why? Maybe this is your way to watch. But I'm intention. And also if this is your way of watch, you know how to destroy your ugly face? Ignore it. You find a shit, you touch, analyze this. No, you need to avoid and be far, no? Why you get the conflicts in your mind? Stand up, please. Try to find one place out of the chair. Make. One incredible musician, yogi, and painter, the name was Tansen from Kashmir. He said, before you stand in one leg and try to adopt right position, try to know how to stand in two legs. Try to find our vastu, how to create our geometry in our body. Remember Da Vinci? Okay? Open your legs. If you close your legs, your hips are in tension. With that, open your legs in the waves. But don't you feel stupid or ridiculous? I do too. For that, try, remember, Atma-Gihana, the consciousness of am I? Am I ridiculous? I'm a clown? How you feel you are not ridiculous? Forget the body. Okay? Get the position. Nice. Try to recover how my back is straight. For that, I need to take my shoulder back. And I need to liberate my neck. Okay, this is not natural. No, it's natural because for me it's possible to do, no? No, it's natural. Normal, no, sure, this is normal. Straight position. And now, trust in me. Close the eyes. I'm not a dangerous man. Don't open your eyes. Don't try to think when this exercise finishes. No, it's now. It's a no universe of moment. Don't touch any part of your body. Don't move. Try to freeze your body. Don't move anything. When I say 3, is now the time of to be freezed. Don't move any single part of the muscle of your face, thumbs, neck. Don't try to adopt a more comfortable position. 1, 2, 3. The ear sensor is the last sensor accompanying us in the time of death. A human developed too much the senses of sight. This is the reason when we close the eye, we start to feel fear, because it's darkness. And we associate the darkness with death, insecurity. Try to disconnect it from the world, means your perception of any kind of existence in your mind. Disconnect. Accept the healing. Don't move anything means don't activate the taste, the touch, the smell. Don't move. Relax your stomach. Because they are not action. You don't need to breathe too much. Few drops of air. Air is necessary for actions. Because there are no purpose of to obtain anything, to talk, to be linked with anything. Don't need to breathe. Because breathing is the energy of emotion. Is psychophysic energy of emotions. Try to feel, use the imagination. It's one of the power of the mind. You breathe, 4 fingers below your navel. Don't think you breathe from the noise. 4 fingers below the navel. Concentrate your mind in special focalization. Concentration is when the power of the mind go to one point. And meditation is when you join your consciousness with this point. Now disconnect us from my voice. What do you need to think? Nothing. This is not your job. You are not in work. That you are not asleep. You are not in the bed. Focalize the power of your mind, means the power of your thinking in the breathing, 4 fingers below your navel. And relax the stomach for 3 minutes. And exhale like me. Open your eyes. Stand arms. Inhale. Touch the roof. Exhale. With your knees down. Inhale. Turn to the left. Eye of mirror to the left. Exhale. To the left. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Well, when we suffer from tensions, when we suffer cholera, anger, irascible fury, immediately your central nervous system start to be tensed. For that, it's very good to check your chair. Sit, please. And try not only to say you breathe, or forget. No, do this. Your left leg little ahead. Take one place in your chair. Inhale and turn and exhale. Twist. And breathe in the position to the upper side of your leg. Count 25 mentally. But put your mind inside of your spinal column. Don't start to thinking now in your fears, when you food, your worries. Only the breath, the spinal column. Turn to the front with the head first. Inhale. Change your leg. And twist, turn with exhalation. So don't try to avoid damage to your organs. Now inhale the upper side of the leg. Count 25. Inhale, down the head first, and the body. This is a little mindfulness therapy. One is to stand. In any moment you need to change from the one class to another. Don't go to the class impulsed by the activity. Try to make a breath. Go. Be yourself in a bracket. Stand in any part of the corridor. Stand it easily. 1 minute. If you want to enjoy more, take a seat in this nice chair there outside. Don't in this position, because you press your nerves, for that you hit your nerves straight, and do the same. Now again. Now you don't close the eyes. Select one point, invisible point. Don't thinking in this. Don't watching, oh, this is little. Oh, this is a mosquito. No. Fix your vision. Fix your eyes. We start straight. Don't move. It's a compromise of don't move. Before to start to the studies in your home, action need the reduction of the tension. Attila, join with us. This is question of synergy. One, two, three. Don't close the eyes. Don't thinking in nothing. With the thoughts come, don't follow, don't repress. Only focalize your mind in your breathing, who is linked with this small point, and try or don't see nothing. Liberate your mind from your eyes. Start. Now close your eyes. Concentrate in your breathing without focalization in any point. In the process of breathing itself. And feel yourself in peace, in rest. Don't invite the future or the past to the now, to this intense present, or that don't thinking. And the things you want to do, and the thing you was doing. Start to breathe. Broke and meditation. This is meditation. Because you flow the power of your concentration. Concentration is when you focalize the power of your mind in one point. Continuous focalization is meditation. Breathe, open the eyes. For that, now today we learn a few things. The best way to recover of energy is not to act and act and act. No. Prepare your inner batteries with with the disconnection of the activity. Thinking, we create the thoughts form and through the image of ourselves. If they are working, they don't recover energy. For that, don't trust in activity for the way to get peace. Do things. Don't project yourself in your actions. Project yourself in your consciousness. In your consciousness. Project yourself in not to be controlled of the perfect things, to be controlled of the enjoyment of anything you're doing. For that, for enjoying, you need to separate, to make some space between object and actions and activity. For do this contemplation. For that, your homework for this weekend is to sit in any park or in your home in front of any tree. Maybe the tree is 20 meters from you, and try to put your mind in the leaf and invite your thoughts with your worries, with your negativity, your toxin to go. For that, focalize your vision, put your breathing there, transfer your mind to the leaf, and breathe, because when you put your breathing in something, your mind is there. For that, put your mind there, in a leaf. Other day, other things, because it's a homework, in a leaf. And don't think in the leaf. Go there and make a bridge between this and a perfect, quiet, don't move position. This is in yoga we call asana. Asana means stable position of the body and don't move. For meditation we need asana, posture, straight, quiet, don't move. Don't move. Don't move. After pranayama, means to domain the breathing, the prana. Because we don't need to move, we don't need to think for that. Our breathing is like a silk thread, very slim. After pratyahara, we eat our senses inside. We put our senses inside. After dharana, concentration, we concentrate through our breathing, because our breathing is with us, not is with our senses. Our senses is in the world, and carry our mind through the senses to the world, because now we are the master of the senses. For that, we project our mind in any point of outside or any point of inside. Don't thinking. This is a movement, this is action. This is action. This is action. Don't think. Because your life is minimum action, no? The beating of your heart. Don't think. Dharana. And you maintain this concentration. This is meditation. And recover your mind. Because your mind is like a children. It's there. Hey, Laszlo, come. Laszlo is play. Your mind, what is your mind? Oh, my mind is it's in the future. Oh, it's losing in the future. Oh, it's in the past. No. Take your mind again with you. Recover your power of the soul. The power of the soul. The next day, we start to thinking to know in Latin different concepts, different idea of mind being connected with mindfulness. I don't send you all this because when I start to do again for you, I created 20, 20 frames. For that now is finished. For that possible to send to the Catalina, and she sent all of you. Vamos a darle un pequeño. This is the powers of the mind. Mind have the capacity of imagination, thinking, meditation, memory, intelligence, will, concentration, ecstasy, attention, understanding, consideration, knowledge, belief, intuition, discernment, study, abstraction, reasoning, ordering, organization, and all the things is for differentiated ourselves from the subject and object. All the things because we link the consciousness of I'm the subject, all this is the object, and I, reflecting, I study this, and I study myself in the world. This is the power of the mind. If you don't manage these things, you are a handicap, mind handicap. Maybe with the title of psychologist. I want to define in the next time, the next days, because I want you to read this before, no? This way we know what thing I'm talking. Each one of the power of the mind. What is imagination? I use some terminology, like the term image, representation of the Fiji. Next. What is thought? What is meditation? And I use one sutra, is a small sentence in Sanskrit, who define what is meditation. Tatra pratyayikattanadhyanam. I'm Sanskritist. I'm a Sanskritist. Means I am not human. I am a Sanskritist. No. I'm a doctor. No. I do medicine. It's different. Who are you? I'm Spanish. This is a circumstance. I'm not a Spanish. I'm not a Spanish. I have a Spanish passport or citizen. If I need to define myself, I am a human. I have mind. I have powered mind. Memory, no? Very important. There are no memory, there are no smriti, there are no mind. It's a nice thing. In the Greek root for the mind is mimo, and mimo means mono. Mono means monkey, simio. This is the reason simio means when we imitate it. Simio is an idiot. A mimic is we imitate it. When we need to learn, we need to imitate others. Otherwise, we don't have paradigm. If we imitated bad images, bad example, we become like them. So that is important. We select the way of learning and the persons we need to learn from them. Intelligence. Plato defined the faculties of the soul, means the faculties of the mind, because for the Greeks, mind and soul was the same. With the idea of movement, faculties of movement, because the mind organizes the movement. Will. No will, we don't have power. We are according to our will. For that is necessary, we disciplined our will. When we are children, the more important thing is not the knowledge we get in the school, is the capacity to be responsible, to develop our will. Now, when we are more elders, with this will, we was learner, when we was young child, we used forget things. For that, very important to try and don't to be affected by laziness. Concentration. Mindfulness. The diagrammation of mindfulness is a travel from Sanskrit to yoga from the words to a practical way. Yoga is a practical way to manage our mind and the body in the world. It's a triangulation. The disturbances of the mind, the problems, the conflicts. Vritti means wave. Try to imagine you are a captain of a boat and you are in the ocean. And there are a lot of waves. Sometimes a calm, sometimes a wave, and you need to survive the boat, no? For that you need to know how to navigate. For that, don't try to say to the world, stop. Control your capacity. This is the different modifications of the mind, paradigma, conditioning experience, vipariyaya, self-deception, but senso-emotional management, obfuscation, vikalpa, the wrong thoughts, false criterion, subculture of being, nidra, depression, negativity, laziness, discouragement, smriti, the obsessive memory, neurosis, blindness. The monkey we are. This is the god, the famous monkey god of all Asia, the Hanuman. We are like monkeys. We're jumping from one branch to another, one tree to another. When we control our mind, immediately we become a god. For that, we don't think we are very far from the monkeys. They are sophisticated monkeys. And we use from the manual of psychology, Jadunath Simha, some definition of psychology, like the science of the mind, and the elevation of the concept of psychology from to manage our emotion and senses to develop our super consciousness through our buddhi, through, and to buddhi means intellect. When we use our thinking to clarify our reality, also we elevate our intellect to know, to understand things that are beyond our senses. The same tool, the same part of our brain. We only use very small part of our brain to perceive the reality. The nature of psychology through behaviors. From the nature. We use the psychology to know what is the law of the mind, or experiencing. If we don't get profit from our experiencing, it's like to eat and don't get energy. Interactions, very important for to think how to manage our mind or ourselves. And the conception of subject and object, this is the pair of a triangulation. The next day we start the class with a geometry. We declare the next day the first form there in the universe is a triangle. Why? And this triangulation is a part of our daily reality. For that subject and object, the result is subject and object conversing one point. The result is a big amplification of knowledge. For that, this is that's all for now. I don't know if we have more time or not, but the question is, Catalina, Shankar is sending. And please you share to all of you if you want to come the next day with this or in your forms or in the printed, etc. In any way you have any question?
I have a question. I guess it takes time to really achieve these things you are speaking about. How much time is it, for instance, not thinking? From my level, which is 0.
Creo haberlo entendido bien.
Para el nivel que se tiene es fácil de entender el conocimiento profundo que tiene, pero el nivel desde el que ella parte, ¿cuánto tiempo necesitaría para comprenderlo, para realizar?
Pensé que lo había entendido bien. You learn Spanish here in Hungary or in Spain?
¿Dónde aprendes?
You learn Spanish here or in Spain? Or in South America? In which place you learn Spanish? In which place you learn Spanish?
In Mexico and in Madrid.
In Mexico.
I speak a mixed.
Okay. You are talking about time. There one song in Spanish. Toda una vida estaría contigo. Okay. All the life we have, all the life we get, is the time for learning, because this is to learn how to manage the mind is our challenge, is our life itself. And because psychology is not a theoretical thing, and not only for diagnosis of others, diagnosticated others. The psychologist is this kind of thinker who have the highest compromise with himself, to know, to learn, and to enjoy the life. This kind of psychologist, we are involved in his labyrinth mind. They are expert in labyrinth, not expert in the solve. The traumas mean the things who broken our path, and to know, to enjoy. For that, it's a question to be humble and to be practical, and we don't cancel the psychology practice when we are at home. A psychologist mean is different than doctor or engineer. We are all time with our mind. We need to be psychologists all time. And don't lose our time in the clinical time. This is another thing. Of course, from Monday to Friday, from 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening, I am therapist. This is another thing. As psychologist, I am 24 hours. Also when I am dreaming. For that, for me, is the more beautiful activity. The more beautiful activity. And we need to use this knowledge for make others happy too. Because our happiness not dependent of the other make us happy. Depend of we develop love. And the definition of love in mindfulness is when you do things in this name, the name of love, you do good things for others, the better thing for others. Not this kind of gas. They are emotional feelings, and never people are happy. You love me? Yes, I love you. You know what is one of the way I love you? I provide you food. I cook for you. I made a nice table. I'm in peace. And maybe we eat in silence with a good vibrations. Now we are in love here. For that, how many times from today we start? Don't accept to be part of the activism. No. Say positive no. Positive no. When you say no, in this way, no to lose ourselves, you say yes to yourself. Don't lose yourself in nothing. Never. In your thoughts, no. You're angry. For that, I want to conclude. Please, don't say to the world, stop. Don't say to the world, shh. Try to enjoy your silence in the middle of the noise Budapest. Really, after, when you go to the Pilis, I live in the Pilis mountain, ecstasy. And the ecstasy is one of the power that you live, of the power of the mind. To know the ecstasies. Ecstasies and instasies. Ecstasy, your capacity to feel one in your environment, and ecstasies without the world. This is the main gift of psychology. Yoga, in the right way to understand, is not to put the leg here. Yoga is to join, to know how to join your body, because you live in the body, your mind, because you live in the mind with your consciousness. To join in the right way your reality with others. Try to survive the war is one of the first strategy point. Survive in the war. For survive the war, don't fight with the war. don't fight. Ahimsa, non-violence, like Gandhi, no? Don't be violent. Don't accept violence. For that, if you start to feel, sin, stand, breathe, tongue, and breathe. See, the mind is breathe, breathe. And remember, this is a heroin and cocaine. Wow, wow, wow. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't explode your senses. Enjoy your senses. Okay, I think for today is enough. Thank you. Thank you. Catalina, one day we need to eat together.